once again, adventurers, to Let's Play Robotics Notes Elite. In the last episode, Kaito decided to venture to his old haunting ground of Uchagaoka Park to say his final farewells to the AI construct of Airi AI. But surprisingly, Christmas Eve rolled around the corner, and Airi was still there. And as it turned out, an hour had been granted for the Euro maintenance by Happiness for You. And in that hour, Frau was able to work up a Christmas miracle of her own, a very special app for Euro, which allowed it to snow in the digital world of AR Airi. But even though AR Airi's miracle had been granted, it didn't prevent her from being erased when the appointed hour arrived. And so digital Airi is gone, along with Sister Centipede, which I'll never see them again. But meanwhile, we're back here at the JAXA facility, and work is beginning on Gumball 2's endoskeleton. But before we get underway, the customary Twippo notifications. And a message from Frau Kajiro. If you're interested in thin books, I have a friend in Tokyo who can get them for you. A regular attendee at Komima each year. I only know them online, but I heard they are friends with Dash. Username Kurigohan and Kamehameha. A name that frequents both Twippo and @channel on a regular basis. I heard a rumor that they might be fond of chestnut rice, but then again that might just be conjecture on my part. An achievement unlocked. I'm not the assistant. Don't know what that means, but it's something. Woo, the time has come. It's winter break. Get hyped. I'm sure no one can be more hyped than you, Akiho. Played 1 hour, 10 wins, 0 losses. A crazy hyped club prez came to pick me up. She has every reason to be hyped. Let's see what's in this B. I bought a Pokécom for a long-time female friend, but I wonder if she can even use it to its full capacity. She'll probably only use it as a phone because she hates machines, even though I went out of the way to buy it when she finally gave in. Looks like Michi is looking out for Mizuka Airi after all. That might be a sign of maturity. Then again, knowing Michi, probably not. And now the news. Cold sleep experiment in Tanegashima. A girl who's been asleep for 10 years has been discovered. I'm surprised that news is leaked to the media so soon. Would have thought that the police would have kept a lid on that, and yeah, but never mind. It's out in the open. Source is Sports Tokyo, LOL. I'm surprised that the sports news channel was the one reporting about this. Not like it's an SF movie. That of course means sci-fi. Why Tanegashima? Sounds like a manga. Indeed, but not quite. Yes, Sports Tokyo, Sports Tokyo. Who's going to take this seriously? If it happened, they'd be like a natural monument. Not wrong there, Saboten. The question mark explanation in the title explains it all. That sports Tokyo quality. Yep, at least they're not taking it seriously. And I'm pretty certain that if news of this reached the ears of anyone connected with the Committee of 300, they'd be curious. Curious indeed. Anyway, list D. Oh god. Why Neidhart? God damn it. I have tons of girlfriends. I'm so close that I've smelled one of their armpits, forced one to say cock-a-doodle-doo, one stepped on my crotch, one forced me to do puppy play, one sucked on my fingers, and one's even my actual little sister. I think your delusions are starting to get the best of you yet again, Neidhart. God damn it. All these people are completely brainless. 3D is no good. That's why I don't see any of my girlfriends and stay huddled up in the 2D world on Christmas. That's my way of life. Foo-hee-hee. Yeah, moving on. And Dash is making a reappearance. I hosted a house party for my family and some friends. It's been a dream of mine for so long. After all, you're a winner at life if you host a house party. Everyone knows that. I'm sure Neidhart would disagree with you on that one. I think he already did. Makes you feel like you're the real backbone of the family. Like you're saying, welcome to my castle. Now please sit and enjoy my hospitality. Have I already become a total normie? Perhaps, Dash. Perhaps. But in any event, there's work to be done. Imposing alarm rings throughout the facility. Yes, we hear it. We definitely hear it.
敵襲だよ。総員戦闘配備。カートルーパー前期は準備が整い次第発進して。
You know, with that alarm going off, I'm almost tempted to believe that we're actually preparing for battle. But no. Don't tell me that Akiho was the one behind the alarm. That would actually be quite cringe. Yeah, Akiho is being Akiho, as usual.
これはひどい。
Says the girl whose mother is responsible for spreading gun barrel to the world. Akiho's behavior and mentality is on you, Frau. You have to bear some of the responsibility. It's really embarrassing when Akiho gets like this with adults present. She's like an elementary school boy or something. Or something. I don't want to get lumped in with her, so I stay quiet. Everyone else appears to feel similarly. Speaking of everyone else, I'm pretty sure Subaru is doing his best not to curl up into a ball and cry. Akiho finds herself totally alone, causing her to deflate. It goes without saying that the alarm has zero to do with an enemy attack. It just means that the ceiling crane is moving, so don't get hit by it. Oh. Even though it's way up high. Right now, said crane is sliding back and forth, moving the motor hanging from it to the top of Model 2. Without me realizing it, the bottom half of Model 2 is basically finished. Now it just has to be assembled. We're attaching the waste parts now. These parts have two motors installed into them, making up the legs joints. By installing these, the two legs will finally be connected. Then it's on to the upper structure.
やっぱりあのクレーンがあると組み立てるスピードが全然違うな。
That it does, Akiho. That it does. Akiho looks up at the crane and mutters to herself. JAXA technicians are operating the crane. Because who else? And, speaking of Film Build 2, have a look at it through, there. Once again, gun barrel prototype model 2. Official name, let's build a life-size gun barrel project. Prototype model 2. Production start date, 13th of August, 2019. Really been that long. Created by Chiro Tanegashima High Robotics Club, Robotics Research Club. But as of right now, only the legs are currently being assembled, and even when the endoskeleton is fixed, it's still another thing to have the digital exterior match the movements of the endoskeleton. Still, it's no small feat of engineering, if I do say so myself. I recall Akiho saying they said it'd be too dangerous to let students operate it, so they wouldn't let her touch it. Probably for the best. Definitely for the best. We should just be grateful that JAXA is lending us Nissan and these technicians for our little robot project. Even though there's nothing little about this robot project. Indeed. To think that half a year ago it was just Akiho, Kaito, Model 1, and no hope of ever fulfilling the Robotics Club's dreams and ambitions. But now, definitely is all coming together. About 2 weeks ago I'd heard that the new motor had been completed. One of several. At that point, Model 2 only existed up to its knees. Not anymore.
Parts 自体はもうほぼすべて完成してたから。
The last 2 days, Akiho and Subaru have been going to the clinic day after day to make parts. Thanks to Fujita getting the other mechanics of Tanegashima to assist him with construction efforts, maintenance has been going really well.
いや、1号機に比べてって話。あっちは組み立てに7年かかったんだよ。
Yeah, that's because there were extenuating circumstances, Kaito.
ガンツク1とは条件が全然違うよ。
Akiho has a point.
お金もなかったし、設備もなかった。歴代の先輩たちがコツコツ作ってきたけど。
Yeah, in incremental steps.
うちの代になってからはほとんど一人だけで組み立ててたし。
Pretty much, as Kaito was trying to be the #1 kill ballad player in the world. Yeah, I get it. I didn't help at all. Thank you for acknowledging that, Kaito.
でもガンツク2は いろんな人に手伝ってもらってる。資金もある。優秀な仲間もいる。
Which is definitely a huge boost for the robotics club.
特にスバルがロードマップを作ってくれたから作業が止まることなく進められたんだと思う。うちだったら何を作って何を作ってないかきっと途中でわからなくなっちゃってたもん。
Well, that just shows how far you've come, Akiho. The fact that you're acknowledging that.
今はね、下準備はほぼ終わってて、実質新型モーターの完成待ちだったんだ。
Indeed, these things still take time, but with progress being made, we should be ready for in time for the Tokyo Expo.
新型モーターっておじいちゃんが作ってるもの。
せい
Yeah, X-nay on the Onopole-nay. Una J. Yeah, I'll stop with the pig language jokes. I jammed 3 fingers into Junna's mouth. That's actually very rude of you, not to mention unsanitary, Kaito. You could just cover her mouth. Maintaining that position, I look for Nai-san. I'm trying to avoid her prying into this monopole business. Luckily, Nai-san is a little ways off, looking up at the ceiling crane. Distracted, for the time being.
うかつだよ、純ちゃん。
Actually, the same goes for you, Kaito. Junna taps my arm while staring at me with tearful eyes. She's clearly given up.
ひどいよ、ヤシオくん。
See what you did, Kaito?
私、男の人に、口に指を突っ込まれたのなんて初めて。
大丈夫。俺もこれまでアキちゃんにしかしたことないから。
That's not an apology.
ちなみに俺がもし口を滑らせそうになったら、問答無用で政権好きをぶちかましていい。
I think she'll hold you to that.
無理だよ。
The only ones who know about the monopoles are us, Doc, and some of the oldies from the local workshops. We decided that nobody else needed to know, especially not the guys from JAXA, and certainly not Nai Tanuji.
まあそんなこんなでモノポールモーターじゃなかった、新型モーターも完成し始めたわけで。
Yeah, it's just gonna be one of those days. What is this miserable feeling in the pit of my stomach? She's completely hopeless. That's Akiho for you. Junna's sacrifice was totally for nothing. Good job, Kaito. Good job. Fortunately for us, Nai-san didn't hear her, so we narrowly avoided death. Akiho flashes us an embarrassed smile, then continues.
さすがに24機全部が完成ってわけじゃないけど、もう8機まではできたの。
Only 8, huh? Well, as skilled an engineer as he is, even Fujita can't, yeah, even Fujita needs time to, build these motors.
それもこれまで仮で組み込んであった側だけの偽物モーターと換装したってのが昨日までの作業。
So we don't have to rely on those anymore. guess all the motors in Model 2 have been fakes.
春中さんの練習も兼ねてね。
Akiho looks up at the ceiling crane. Moves again. Subaru and a veteran JAXA technician in uniform are operating the crane from above. Well, Subaru was just observing. I was wondering where he was, so he was up there. Harunaka-san is the JAXA technician in charge of the crane. Well, that answers my other question. He was apparently involved with the assembly of every H2 rocket. He's quiet, but immensely skilled. You don't need that skill for Gumball 2's assembly. As far as us Robotics Club members are concerned, there's no one as reliable as he is. I'm sure Kenichiro would say the same thing. Plus, unlike Doc, he doesn't shout all the time. It's because he focuses on the matter at hand. There's been no assembly work at JAXA for the last few years, so he helped with building the legs to stay fresh.
で、これから組み立てるのが腰の部分。これで両足が接続されて下半身完成。ちゃんと歩けるようになるよ。
Testing that is going to be interesting.
ソフト面はフラウボーのシステム待ちだけど。
There's still that. Wonder how far Frau has gotten on that endeavor.
などと意味不明な供述をしており。ちゃんとやってね。フラウボーにかかってるんだからね。
Indeed, no programming system, no operating Gumball 2.
などと意味不明な供述をしており。
Just saying the same thing over and over again.
大丈夫かな。
A little too late to be asking that question, Akiho, at this stage. And Subaru's calling for you. Subaru is waving both arms and shouting from above the ceiling crane.
あいつ今日テンション高くない？
Probably.
ハゲド、デュー。
下ろしますんで、固定よろしくお願いします。
Will do.
わかった。ちょっと行ってくるから、あとよろしくね。
Sorry about that. Akiho runs off toward Model 2, puts on the safety helmet, then climbs the scaffolding next to the robot's leg. It's not just Akiho. Several of the technicians gather up and wait for the part to be lowered via the crane. Looks like they're going to be connecting it to the motors and the thigh joints. Which leaves me, Junna, and Frau off to the side, as usual. We're sitting at a corner, at a table in the corner of the very facility. There's a whole shortcake here. Well, that's one perk. And also all kind of dishes that Junna put together. Fried chicken, wieners, the works. Nice-san brought juice and champagne as well. Today's the 27th of December, 2 days after Christmas. Speaking of which, how did that Christmas party go? I'm sure Kaito is going to enlighten as to the details. On Akiho's orders, we'll be holding our little Christmas party today. Okay, so they didn't hold it on Christmas Day. Of course, Nai-san and the other JAXA technicians who always help us were invited to join us, since they're putting in a lot of time and effort on their part. So why shouldn't they join in? Today's the last business day of the year for the TNSC, so the timing is perfect. The party is set to start as soon as the waste part is attached. Looks like Akiho's timing has actually paid off. It would have been nice if Airi could have made it. That's not happening anytime soon. On Christmas Eve, the AI girl vanished along with inside the white snow. Never to be seen again. IUO entered maintenance for an entire day, but is now back online and running without issue. As for Airi Yukifune, she ended up being transferred to a hospital in Tokyo by the police. They're going to safely thaw her out. But even if they do, yeah, she's still going to have a long road ahead of her. It made the news, but it's a gossip level story. It'll likely be buried by other news in a week, then forgotten. Ah, modern news cycles, you gotta love them. But if they do safely awaken Airi Yukifune, then that again would be another miracle in and of itself.
ヤシオ先輩、君島レポートその7は見つかったの
Not yet, Frau. Not yet. Akiho and the others are still working, but Frau is already pecking away and snacking on chicken as she asks. Don't eat all of it. Save it for the others.
いや、手がかりが全くない状態だからね。
Or if our thesis holds, it might be at one of any of the remaining sightseeing spots on Tanegashima Island. Worst case scenario, it could very well literally be anywhere.
どこから探そうかって途方に暮れてるところだよ。
私もできるだけ探すのを手伝う。ただし、家の中からだがな、安楽椅子探偵的な意味で。
That would actually make sense if you actually had an armchair. Last I checked, you didn't have one of those fancy, snazzy gaming chairs in your abode either, so,
だったらどうせ役に立たないからいいよ。それよりさっさとロボ2号機のためにプログラム作ってやんなよ。
We're going to have to design it sooner or later, preferably sooner.
だったらやはりアイリタンに手伝ってもらうしか方法なくね。
her or sister centipede, which we couldn't access either. The aspect of the Airi construct that was collating information on the Committee of 300, but now no longer.
アイリちゃんは消えたから無駄だよ。
医療が復旧した後、試しに呼んでみたりしたの？
いや、でもさ、目の前ではっきり消えたわけだし。
Indeed.
それまでは俺の周囲をうろちょろしてたのにその姿もないわけだし。さすがにいないでしょ。
Gone but not forgotten. But until Frau brought it up just now, I hadn't even considered any of that. I didn't think to call out for Airi. But what if? A sense of hope and expectation begins to build within me. But we've been down that road before, Kaito. But if I expect too much, it'll make the disappointment that much more painful. Very well said. Airi being around that would certainly make getting report number 7 easier. Yeah, that would definitely be good. And so, why not? I hesitantly try calling out to her one final time. The name. Her name. The name of a program that had already vanished from this world. The name of that Airi AI who was altogether too human. The name of an ordinary young lady who had always longed for it to snow on Christmas Eve. A girl with no family name. I mumbled to myself.
Airi.
Even if nothing comes of it, we can say we tried. And slowly look around. Can't really say her name too loud with everyone else busy working on Gundam 2. No matter where he looks. Once more.
Airi.
She's nowhere to be found. She's vanished. In stark contrast with the people noisily working on assembling mourn 2. The three of us perk up our ears in total silence. But as expected, there's no reply. She's gone, and she is not coming back.
ほら見なよ。やっぱり消えたんだよ。バグとして潰されちゃったのさ。
Just as Frau had anticipated.
最初にそうなるって予想したのはコナちゃんじゃないか。
でも昨日私アイリタを見かけたわけだが。
Excuse me?
え？それ本当？
Frau starts nodding. I don't believe you.
でも
If, Kaito.
だったらどうして今呼んでも出てこないんだ。
アイリは
There's a voice. I think we're all surprised by that. Kaito, Frau, Junna, and even myself. Even though Frau, Junna, and myself are the only ones here. Even though none of us had said anything.
いないからです。
Then who is speaking to us right now? The voice comes from my Pokécom. A voice that I'm extremely familiar with. She's here. She didn't disappear. And yet... I hurry outside and point my Pokécom toward the voice. There. As if she could vanish at any time. She stands by with a blank expression on her face and a power mark on her forehead. Welcome back, Sister Centipede. It has been far too long. But then, with that said, I thought she was gone forever. But here she is. A green icon shining on her forehead.
今ここにいるのはアイリではなく、
ゲジネなの？
Yes, indeed.
はい。私にご用件がある場合は、今後ボディのいずれかの箇所へのタッチ、額へのタップ、並びに額へのキスは無用です。
Dear oh dear.
お分かりいただけましたか、ヤシオさん。
Perhaps that maintenance was a boon rather than a curse after all.
はいはい。もしかして覚えてるわけ？
Certainly seems that way, Kaito.
なぜ今ゲジネーが額へのキスなどという言葉を口走ったのかは不明です。
Well, even though they're two separate personalities, they are tied to the same construct.
バグである可能性があるため調査中。
I don't think it's a bug, Sister Centipede. She doesn't seem to be teasing me. That's not her style.
ま、別になんだっていいさ。バグだろうとなんだろうとね。
It's possible that her memories were reset. But if that were true, then she wouldn't have said what she just said. It's possible that her memories weren't reset. It's possible that there isn't only Sister Centipede in there and that Airi is just asleep and could wake up one day. But I don't care about the details. It doesn't matter if she's Sister Centipede or Airi on the inside. Airi has come to the Christmas party. The AI construct is still here. That's all I need. I'm content enough with that. And maybe one day we can have another Christmas party with both the digital Airi and the real-life Airi Yukifune with the Robotics Club. One day.
遅くなったけど、メリークリスマス、ゲジネ。それと、愛理ちゃん。
Merry Christmas indeed.
はい。
And that's all she has to say on the matter.
メリークリスマス、ヤシオさん。
And for the first time, there is emotion on Sister Centipede's detached, calm expression. The hint of a smile, the hint of light in her eyes. She has returned. And that brings an end to Phase 8. Cleared. But more importantly, we can finally move on to Phase 9. And continue moving forward. Four endings have been obtained. Junna, Kona, Nai, and of course, Irene Sister Centipede. An achievement unlocked. Merry Christmas. And on that happy note, that brings this episode of Let's Play Robotics Notes Elite to a close. And when we return, adventurers, we shall embark toward Phase 9 of this Let's Play. As always, adventurers, until next we meet.